I'm a special education teacher. I work part-time in a treatment center for autistic children. And in the church, I work in Sunday school. And I'm in charge of the ministry Look of Love, which is the work we've been doing for this is our 3rd year. The ministry Look of Love is to reach families with boys or girls with different disabilities for the work of Christ. Its main objective is to evangelize these families and to give them the necessary tools so that each one of them has a better quality of life. I believe that it's something that God requires us to do. I believe it is important that the church have the capacity of adequate motivation, and we've planted the need to be able to bring these people to Christ and also provide comprehensive support for these families. It's a role that's not only at the church level, but also at the social level, because society can provide a lot of tools for these families of people with disabilities, whether it's educational, therapeutic, psychological, but we have something else that society doesn't have to give them. That is this in the spiritual area, to give them to the Lord. These families can receive psychological support. These families can receive from the society or from the schools educational support, but they will never receive the peace that Christ can give. That is, this is part of the purpose of my life, and God will help me in this process. A psychologist is not going to give them this. The peace won't be given by a special school, but the church can give this peace. The Bible says, preach the gospel to all creation. All. There's no discrimination. The Lord didn't say, except for those that are blind, except for those that have autism, except for those that have Down syndrome. It says, preach the gospel to all creation. And this is part of the Great Commission. The Lord healed the blind, the lame. He was with people that had great need. And we are called to this too, to get close to those that are in need and provide them with the tools in order to be able to live a life, a better quality of life. It is part of our responsibility also to get close to those who may have impediments in order to communicate with others, but also in order to have fellowship with God. The inclusive part is very important. The work the church does in parallel in order to accept these kids just as they are and to be able to integrate them right into the community and to be able to also keep these families in an emotional environment it's very, very valuable and can open doors for these families and for these kids, which is really a blessing. These kids can understand Jesus in a way that is a lot clearer, where they have a simplicity. You tell them that Jesus is in their heart, and they actually believe that Jesus is in their heart. There isn't a lot of discussion. And for the parents to see their kids somehow begin a relationship with God, they also somehow want to enter into this search to seek the Lord. When a family has lived through so much pain, through so much discrimination, and they find themselves in a place, in a supportive environment, in an ambient where there is comfort, where there is the ability to say, this has happened and this occurred, but we'll give our kids the tools so that we can be happy, so we can achieve a better quality of life for our children. But at the same time, we will meet this God who will give us comfort, who will give us peace, who will give us clarity, that will help us understand that this has a purpose, because this is how the families of Look of Love understand it. Now it isn't, my child is a burden. No, now it's, my child has a purpose in this world, and God sent him to me also for a purpose, and I should learn from this. So to be able to motivate the people, whether Christians or non-Christians, to become involved in this ministry is important, so that the church can adequately motivate. The change that this produces in the families, when these families accept Christ in their hearts, it's really amazing, and it helps them. It gives them the opportunity to live a fulfilling life. Look of Love is the arms of Jesus. It's the hands of Jesus. It's the mouth of Jesus, reaching these people for Christ.